Alright, hey guys, hole number 6, revision that we're going to come up to right now. Just setting up my bag. We're going to go Kingmaker, we're going to go Pak, and we're going to go Sniper. Definitely put on B52 just in case, but I'm assuming with Kingmaker ball, we should pretty much be able to assure ourselves that we're going to be at a nice sniper distance. And the shot that you're going to see me do here is I'm going to basically intentionally put it onto the middle fairway. Now, what I love about this middle fairway, first off, it's going to be the most risky fairway to go for. So it is going to require shot execution and precision. It's the hardest fairway to hit, but it's the only fairway, in my opinion, that gives you a nice, really easy albatross attempt where we can hit the rough bump and it actually plays the slope and bounces straight up towards the hole every time. So if I go right, it basically, plays at an angle to the left. It's going to be hard to make. If I go left, it plays to the right. It's going to be hard to make. When I go straight, it always bounces straight. So it comes down to ring precision and basically shot execution, counting your rings very methodically and also determining, am I at mid club, am I at max club? Really just sizing up the shot, and aside from that, perfect ball, and it'll give us a very, very makeable albatross attempt. So I'm going to walk you guys through the method to get to that fairway. And what I recommend is putting your side spin. I'm going to use more of an Pak 5 spin. So the biggest thing you want to avoid is making sure that you don't hit the fairway on the second hop. So you're going to see me play this more towards, you can see towards the edge of the bunker with that second hop. Aside from that, I'm going to play max ring very spot up. So max ring on my Pak is 1.5. So I'm going to play 5 rings, almost pretty much spot up. Aside from that, I'm going to use full foam curl, making sure that I'm not adding any extra power. And you see I was able to grab perfect ball there, but make sure that you're not adding any extra power when you do this. Like I mentioned, you need to make sure that you don't hit that fairway, or that you don't hit that, and you can see there it just trickles on. I didn't get the most generous of bounce. Earlier this morning I got it to roll a little bit more smoother and it was much more centered. But all things considered, we'll take it. And you can see that I'm on the fairway. But like I said, the one thing that you cannot do without a great deal of luck is if you hit that second bounce on that fairway, it's probably going to run through. So you need to be very careful, and that's the reason that I'm backing off the way that I am with that spin. But the risk of going for it is going to give us the best chance to get this one. And if you guys have plenty of Royal balls, it might be something to consider. Just as kind of a safety net, if you do land in the rough on your drive there, a Royal ball should be enough to hopefully get you to that green. But here you can see we're going to be very much towards mid club here on my Sniper. So we're going to set up and play more of a mid-ring adjustment. So here I might play 7.3-ish rings. And notice what I'm doing with my backspin. I'm not going to necessarily follow the guide. I'm going to make sure that I keep it a little bit long, but I'm also going to do that same trick where I'm kind of, keeping it off to the right just a little bit because that's the way that it's going to bounce. But aside from that, I'm going to do about 7.3-ish rings, more of a mid-club adjustment, and just try to focus on that perfect ball. Missing that perfect ball should be the difference between giving yourself a make and a miss. And here you can see it's a little bit of an underplay anyway. To be honest with you, it's almost starting to look like even if I'm at max or even if I'm at mid, I can play max. So going that extra ring there is not going to be that much costly. It might have to do with the pull angle, so it might be something to think about, that the way that, notice how I was moving my arrow to a higher ground. If you have a slightly different wind angle than I did and you're not moving to a higher ground, then you might want to do a little bit more of that mid play that I just did. But since I just moved my arrow up onto the green there a little bit to a higher surface, you might need to do just a little bit more of an overplay in that scenario. So just things to consider. And you could see I was about a ring off. So had I great balled it to the right, it might have been pretty spot on. But at the same time, you know, you can just use, if you get to a similar spot that I did at mid, you can just try to do more of a max adjustment, and hopefully it'll be pretty spot on. Just keep in mind, it is going to be affected by the wind. So you can see how we had, oh wait, is this for the wind? This is for the wind, I'll just take it. Just keep in mind, you know, with that side wind, you're going to want to, you know, really just focus in on predicting the way that second hop is going to change. So you see me kind of intentionally putting it out to the right, and you just need to just try to focus in on that. So good luck there with that hole, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a revision. But be on the lookout for hole 6 coming up here, or hole 7 coming up momentarily.